I don't always do this, but when it's Trendupp, I always turn up. Yes, my name is Sulaiman Adebayo. Fans call me POOJA, and I'm here on X Conversation. Let's have fun, guys. Okay, let's start with the black box, and let's see. Okay, the question, what ways do you feel Nigerian sport journalists can expand their reach? Very dicey question. For sport journalists, it's actually very crazy in this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa, but you have to explore. You have to continue to apply for, the accreditations for the CAF, for the FIFA, so that you go for this international tournament and you get exposed to most of these big brands. If you're a photojournalist, there are big brands like Getty Images, Imago, that wants to buy your pictures. If you are, of course, journalists that deal with articles, there's BBC, there's DW Sport in Germany that will want your articles as well. So you have to go for this international, tournament, and that's where your reach will be exposed, and more brands, more, international platform will see your work. So don't be a local champion. Of course, you can cover the MPFL, you can cover, most of local sport, grassroots sport, but most importantly, make sure that you, at least try to, apply for these accreditations for international tournaments, so that from international, you can get exposed, and of course, continue your local, and at the same time, you are still international. And that's that. Go for the gold box and see the question there. The question says, which is your favorite social media platforms and why? Very straightforward. It's Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, and that's where I've grown a lot, and I have almost 1 million followers. And the reason why I love X is, it's conversational, engaging. If you're on Instagram, you can actually post on Instagram and the comments stay on your comment section. But, on Twitter, you can post something and someone can retweet you to an Asian market. And they can retweet you to a very dangerous terrain. And at that time, and again, X is very exposed. I've got likes from the likes of Will Smith. My pictures from the World Cup was liked by Messi, just because, you get retweeted, by a big platform to their timeline. But if it's on Instagram or maybe TikTok, if you comment on maybe a big platform, your comment stays on that platform, and it doesn't even go to other feeds. But on Twitter, anybody can retweet you, and I think that's where I got. And again, let me say it, Mo Salah actually followed me on Twitter because of my pictures on X. That doesn't get much, and not most of these pictures too on Instagram, but I don't get a lot of Instagram traction like that. But X is actually a big deal, and that's why maybe I have multiple followers on X. Let's go to the black and see the question again. Okay, the question says, what will you be doing if you were not a sport journalist and influencer? Very straightforward. I read banking and finance in school, so I should be a banker. I actually turned down a lot of these aptitude tests. I think the number one thing for me is when I was in school, of course, I have a viewing center in school. People know that I have a Stamford Bridge, kind of named them in UNAD, Adwekiti. But of course, I was reading banking and finance. I did banking and finance as a diploma, did my direct entry, did my BSc in banking and finance. And before I even left school, I did my CIB and Chartered Institute of Banking of Nigeria. So people feel like, this guy no go school. He just did do banger boy on Twitter. But actually, I did that, and I'll be a banker. I turned down a lot of offers because I actually wanted to be not really an influencer, because I didn't set out to be an influencer. I set out to do what I love. And along the line, got a lot of following, and here I am being an influencer. Not planned, but if I'm not a sport journalist or an influencer, I'll be a banker. By now, I should be an ED of a bank, maybe a bank manager. Yeah. Let's move on quickly, and let's talk about the next one in the gold box. How do you handle online criticism? Well, this is actually very crazy because I get dragged every time on X. I think they call me dragger. Every time I put opinions out, people have to drag, and it's not, it's not easy, because if you have close to 1 million followers, there's no way your opinion will go down with some people. And imagine, you tweet something and over 200,000 people from your followers feel like this is nonsense. You get dragged by over 200,000 people. But while you're getting dragged, there's other people, maybe your opinion, they like your opinion, and over another 200 people, so there will be banter back and forth. But what I do most time, and what I tell people is, Hex is just an app. Once you close the app, you close everything on the app. That's all. I'm on interview now, and I've locked my phone, and I'm not seeing anything. So there's difference between online and offline. I'm offline now doing interview and see that my X is already locked down. So there's nothing as good as being positive. It's actually very hard, because I've had people come into my DM, family, friends, send me screenshots, and see the level of hate that goes down on X. But of course, like I said, you have to handle it at a big guy. Your opinion cannot go down with everybody on X. So once you are being dragged, know that some people are somewhere that like your opinion. So it's not easy to actually try to accommodate over 1 million followers. But of course, you have to do what you have to do and move forward. So let's do this now. Let's move to the gold before we go to the black to end this segment. So, which football club would you love to collaborate with, and why? 2 clubs, because I think last year I was in Barcelona, media in Spain, and I spent 3-4 days with them, and it was out of this world. How these people, when you have a media team with over 25 personnel, is actually crazy. I don't think any football club in Nigeria have that kind of people in their media team. What goes down for a single post on Instagram is out of this world. Meetings or meeting before a single post. The gadget they have, and I would love to go back and do more internship with a Barcelona team, which of course I saw firsthand. And again, Real Madrid. Nobody will want to overlook the best or the biggest club in the world. 16 Champions League, a lot of players, a lot of history, and their media team, their photography, team is what will blow your mind. Handling a platform of over 100 million followers. So I want to learn. So Barcelona, Real Madrid, but if you want to come to the English Premier League, I love Arsenal. They have so many reach. For a club who has not won Champions League before, and have that like a lot of following and engagement even outside England, I want to see how they do it. So it's something I want to explore. Of course, I was in Turkey. I had a chance for like 2-3 days to work with Galatasaray and the fans and the media. So for media-wise, these clubs are out of this world. But in Nigeria, don't let me say abroad. In Nigeria, Ikorodu City, we did for Ikorodu City. How we try to navigate that, how would I put it, that welcoming spirit. People love the European football, but they've tried it as much as possible. First time in the MPFL, attract lots of following and engagement. I want to see how they do it as well, because it's not easy in this terrain locally to attract the kind of engagement they attracted in the first year in the MPFL. So those are the clubs. Real Madrid on top list, Barcelona, Arsenal, and of course Ikorodu City. So let me move to the last. I'll be talking, girl. Yeah? Make saliva no dry. What's one social issue in sport you wish more people would talk about? Social issues. I think there should be a balance between gender. I think the male have more opportunities than the female. I think the female have to come on board. We have to give them more opportunities, because I think they attract more following than even men. I have to confess. So we have to balance the book. I think it's strange when you see someone say, for gender as a lady, they look like it's not a job that you should do. They should be in makeup, all those fashion. But we've tried to break the barrier now. We have more female in sport photography, even in sport journalism, and I think it's something that we have to tell our kids coming on board, aspiring content creators. I go to talk shows, and you see aspiring content creators, especially sports, and you see only men. No, now we need soft copy too now. So it's good that now we have people coming on board, female coming on board to actually do what we do as well. I can mention names, gone for international tournament as well, international recognition. And I think once this level of people, which of course are the other gender, explore the world, other aspiring journalists, or even kids can say, okay, if I want to be a sport journalist, because I've never seen, it's so hard to see a young one saying, I want to be a sport or a photojournalist. It looks like it's a job that won't make you that lot of money, but you want to be a doctor, you want to be a banker. But now I think we've changed that trajectory, and it's good. And like I said, more female into the sport industry, and let's see how that one works. So that's the social issue. Let everybody be on board, let everybody be on par, pay the same pay, the same exposure, and of course the same level of acceptance. So that's it for me on the X conversation. Baseball or basketball? Of course, basketball, more popular. Name an indoor sport. Indoor sport. Boxing. Tiger Woods is to basketball as John Jones to UFC. AFCON or Euros? AFCON, of course. Now, name your favorite athlete of all time. Victor Osimhen. Name a word that rhymes with go. Go. Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo. What football at home or at viewing center? Now viewing center. Hey. Photo or video journalism? Of course, photojournalism. Your favorite Nigerian slang? Or more? Okay, one thing about me that you guys don't know. I think I have two, but I would say one. I've been bitten by a snake before. If not for my Ijebu people, I won't be here. Bitten by a snake, I have a swollen leg, like your leg was like two. And I was taken from Ijebu to Ijebu Mushin, to my grandma's place, and I spent, I think like 10 days, and crazy. I almost thought, I was like 8-9 years, as the last one of the family, you feel like you're going to lose this boy. So it was crazy. I still have vivid, picture in my head. I was rushed to hospital, my leg was tied. So let me tell you, we have a very big poultry, in Ijebu, and that snake eat egg. They love eggs. And if you see poultry and you don't see snakes, that means you're not doing well. And then we have, to just go and, pick the eggs, like crate of eggs. And all of a sudden, ciao. I was bitten in my left leg, my toe. And maybe he thought like this toe looked like lizard. And, when he bites me, I have to like drag my leg again to, want to swallow me. Anaconda. But it was very crazy. Rushed to the hospital, I was rejected because the venom was working very, very fast. And Ijebu to Ijebu Mushin was like 30 minutes drive. Mostly was the learner then, and that was the first time I saw that even learner can do, Lewis Hamilton. So we got to my grandma's place, and by that time my leg is already ×2. And I did all they have to do, incantation, Ekpa Ijebu, and I stayed for like 10 days. And after the 10 days, my leg was back to normal, but that there was something. It looks like balloon. So I thought I was going to lose my leg, but of course, to God will have it. I'm here, doing X conversation, and that's what people don't know about me, and it's very crazy. So now, if I walk to anywhere and there's snake will run from me, because I don't get that antidote for body. So that's what you guys don't know about me. So okay guys, 2 lies and a truth about me. You guys have to find out. I know you guys do a lot of digging. You guys look like you're looking for oil like Dangote when it comes to POOJA on Twitter. So you have to guess. I love pets. Snakes, cats, dogs. I'm a baddest footballer, and my penetrative move from the wing. You guys, hey, okay, you guys have been shaming me, but let's see if you guys will know that I'm a baddest footballer. And I've worked with Ademola Lookman. Homecoming to Nigeria after CAF Awards. Let's see if you guys will know the truth, the lies, and some sugar-coated lies in this conversation. So go to the comment section and let's see if you guys will know the truth and as well as the lies. So that's the guys. My name is Sulaiman Adebayo. You guys call me POOJA. It has been fun engaging on X conversation on Trendupp Africa. So you guys, it's very simple. Just go and like, subscribe, even turn on your notification button so that when they drop their videos, they drop as they hot. And see you guys next time. I don't always do this, but when it's Trendupp, I always turn up. Thank you guys.